Open heart, open mind. Welcome to the Sattva channel, the official online platform for the Sattva project. I'm Sharap Wong, the co-founder of the
My,
Sattva project.
Myself, Samiksha Kamble. I'm from Satrayu.
So, first of all, on behalf of the Sattva project, I would like to express our thankfulness to our StreamYard sponsor and partner, media partners, Durian ASEAN and Durian FM, and also not to forget an important man behind the scene, our broadcast director, Brother Chong. Thank you, Brother Chong, for your kind effort and contribution. Brother Chong, please say hi to our audience.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Hopefully, you're all healthy and safe wherever you are and joining this broadcast. Please do like and share our broadcast to benefit more people. And for those who'll be watching later in YouTube, please do subscribe and like as well. And now back to you guys.
Thank you, Brother
Thank
Chong.
you, Brother Chon.
So, we are going to have a very meaningful and beneficial meditation session today, guided by Patricia, Snider. And today, meditation title will be Mindfulness on Breath. And sitting quietly at home, spreading love and kindness all around the globe. So today, we will start by Patricia giving a short talk and meditation guidance on a few breathing exercise or practical exercises, and then Patricia's leader will guide us through the mindfulness on breath, and then we will then sit and meditate together, and ended up with a question and answer, and concluded with dedication prayer. So next, I would like to request Samisha Kamle to introduce to us Patricia's leader.
Thank you, Brother Sharaf. Once again, hello to everyone. Welcome to Satwa Project. So, let me give you a brief introduction of Pratisha. Pratisha is a certified clinical counselor with the prestigious CCC designation from the Canadian Counseling and Psychotherapy Association, and she is also a registered clinical counselor with British Columbia Association of Clinical Counselors. She has been a somatic and wellness practitioner for over 30 years. She holds a number of academic qualifications, including MA in Counseling, Master of Divinity in Pastoral Counseling, Advanced Diploma in Holistic Counseling, and Graduation Diploma in Buddhist Psychotherapy. She also has an MA in Buddhist Studies. She specializes in mindfulness therapy, certified in MIC, BT, and MBSR, and works with individuals and groups. Back to you, Brother
So
Sharaf.
yeah, thank you, Samisha Kamle. So dear fellow Sattva and spiritual friends, let me present to you a mindfulness on breath, a guided meditation session with Patricia Snider.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome. Thank you for that introduction. I'm happy to be here during these challenging times. Today, I would like to offer some creative exercises to help you to keep calm. In the midst of our difficulties, it's so important to remember to be kinder to ourselves, to be more compassionate, and to be mindful. And we can. We can refresh, and we can breathe our way to tranquility. For those of you who practiced meditation, you probably have had a taste of silence and calm. And for non-meditators, perhaps you've had a few seconds of quiet and stillness, and then suddenly feel better, not knowing why. It happens when we allow ourselves to drop into silence. Even for 10 seconds, we can recharge our nervous system. The ego drops. We release ourselves from doing to simply being. And the comparative mind relaxes. We step out of automatic pilot and let go or pause the habitual patterns. Various traditions offer different ways to embrace silence, like tea ceremonies, or peace pipe ceremonies, pranayama, yogic breathing, anapanasati. The common feature here is the awareness of breath. There's a Native American proverb that tells us to listen to the wind. It talks. Listen to the silence. It speaks. Listen to your heart. It knows. What happens when we listen to our breath? So today I'd like to explore that with you and offer some meditation and some practical exercises for calming yourself in an attempt to become free of stress and worry. So find a comfortable place to sit, and we'll begin the first exercise, which is simply belly breathing. Sitting or lying in whatever feels right for you today. And then placing one hand on your belly just below your ribs and the other hand on your chest. Take a deep breath in through your nose and let your belly push your hand out. Now breathe out through fish lips, like blowing out a candle. Again. Repeat. Now close your eyes and place your hands on your thighs. Notice if there are any changes. What's happened? Maybe asking, what's here for me now? And now we'll move to the second exercise, and it's called 4-7-8. And maybe you know it. So you close your mouth and inhale gently through the nose to a mental count of 4. Hold your breath to a count of 7. Exhale completely through the mouth like you're blowing out a candle to 8. In on 4. Hold for 7. Out for 8. In 4. Hold 7. Out 8. One more. Hold 7. Out 8. closing your eyes, and mindfully softening the jaw, lowering the shoulders, and just gently guiding the breath slowly and deeply in and out through the nose. And again, noticing what's here. The next exercise is called 333 for anxiety. So when your breath is high in your chest and it seems shallow, and your brain is going 100 miles an hour, stop and drop. Drop into your body to center your mind, bringing yourself back to present moment. And then look around. Name 5 things you can see. And 4 things you can hear. Those 4 things can be inside or outside you, inside or outside the room. And 3 things you can touch. Anything from what you're sitting on to what you feel in your body. You may have a fan going. See if you can feel the sensation of touch. And then 2 things you can smell. You might want to close your eyes down for this one to relax all your other senses. 2 things you can smell. And 1 thing you can taste. And how do you feel now? So you see, in these 3 exercises, we have used the breath to get calm. And we slowly engage the prefrontal cortex, where the rational brain is engaged in different activities. It needs to focus, it holds intention. And while you're doing that, your amygdala is shrinking. The primitive brain is no longer into survival. It begins to calm down, and we generate oxytocin. So that's the feel-good hormone. It's the one that comes naturally to us when we think about others, or we send them good wishes, or we do metta. So just notice what's going on in your body now. Even when we use grounding techniques, we begin with breathing slowly, slowly and deeply into the belly. That's where we begin. So when you feel yourself in a reactive state, where you're having a difficult time responding, you've gone into reaction. Again, drop in, breathe deeply. Listen to the sounds around you. Walk, and barefoot is better. Find comfort around you. And if you're at home, that means grab a blanket, be comfortable in a chair, cuddle up with a pillow, hug it into your body, and look for something really strong to smell, like peppermint oil or eucalyptus. Very earthing. And now an invitation to being present, to practice turning towards breath as meditation, awakening our ability to be and not do, allowing a whole body experience, and being with our experience mindfully, moment by moment. So let's begin by settling into a comfortable position, either sitting or lying, and just take a few moments to do that. And allow yourself to drop into your body. And if it's comfortable for you, closing your eyes or lowering your gaze. and slowly placing your awareness on your body. Perhaps feeling the weight or the groundedness of your sitting bones. Or the weight of your pelvis in the chair, your back on the floor. Maybe feeling the warmth in your hands or in your body somewhere. And these are your anchors. So remembering to return to these anchors at any time if the meditation becomes uncomfortable. So now gently allowing your weight to sink into the surface that you've chosen, either the floor or the chair. And noticing all the places in your body that meet that surface. Maybe there's tightness or tension showing up in your body. Just noting. Beginning now to move your attention towards your breathing. Notice where the breathing is first felt. What is the sensation of breathing? Breathing in and breathing out. Just being with the full in-breath and the full out-breath. Following the breath in body. Feeling its movement from the tip of your nostrils to your navel. What is the rhythm of the breath? Its pace, its texture. Noticing the breath goes in and pauses a moment and then comes out and pauses a moment. Mindfully breathing moment by moment. Simply following the breath, not lengthening or shortening the breath, letting it be what it is. Nothing to change, nothing to do. Accepting the breath. Body rises and body falls. Maybe noticing your ribs as they expand and contract, expanding on the inhalation, contracting on the exhalation. Perhaps noticing the subtlety of the movement of your diaphragm as it pushes down on the inhalation and rises up on the exhalation. What is the sensation of breath in body? Aware of the whole body sitting or lying here, breathing, allowing the whole body to be open to receive the breath. Body rising on the inhalation and falling on the exhalation. Breathing in and breathing out. And noticing the stability of the breath, of the body, of the ground. You may notice thoughts, sensations, emotions as they arise and pass away. Allow them to come and go. And then just gently return to the breath, following the breath. Simply being aware of sitting or lying quietly, alive to the breathing. And if your thoughts are persistent, simply label them. Oh, impatience is here. Or maybe sensations, tingling is here. Emotions of agitation coming and going. Just noticing, labeling, allowing them to come and go, returning to the breath. Aware of sitting or lying quietly, alive to the breathing. And if there is anything uncomfortable in your body, just maybe placing a hand there and allowing the breath to soothe away all the tension or tightness. Imagine your body being embraced by your breath, this long-time companion. Now slowly begin to recognize sounds in the room, outside the room, inside the room. And becoming aware of your body in the room. Lying on the mat or sitting on the chair. And slowly we begin to recognize the lower body feeling, the sit bones or the grounding and heaviness of the pelvis. So coming back to and engaging the senses, just noticing the length of the spine. How does that feel for you? And taking your attention to your lower back, your mid back, upper back, shoulders, and the neck region. The back of your head and face. And just waking up the whole body here and now. Hearing the sounds, feeling the body, aware of the breath in the body, and letting the light into your eyes. This meditation is now complete. So just take a few moments now to register your experience. The experience of being mindfully aware of your breath, moment to moment. There's no right or wrong answer. This is you, your body, your experience. And I invite you now to call in with any questions or to share your experience. We'd love to hear from you.
Thank you, Patricia, for this wonderful. Oh, is my voice echoing? Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Patricia, for your wonderful meditation session. Hope our audience has enjoyed it.
Yes.
So, oh, where is Brother Sharaf? Maybe he's not there. Okay, I don't see any question from audience, but I do have a question of my own.
Mm.
So, okay. So I would like to ask, being a student, we students are mainly focused over like how to enhance our memory, and then, oh, maybe Brother Sharad is there coming.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so I was asking a question, Brother Sharad.
Yes. Yeah, continue,
Okay.
Samisha. Yep.
So, being a student, we are concerned about having a good memory so that we could remember what we have learned. And then, where sometimes it's very difficult to maintain focus over what we are studying, and then we have lots of distractions. So, is there any way so that we could implement what we are learning, like what we have learned, this meditation in our practice of studies, so that it could help us better in our studies?
That's a really good question. I hadn't thought about those exercises in terms of increasing our concentration. But let's face it, they could all be used for that. Yeah, each one of those could be used for that purpose. And why is that? Well, because you are engaging your rational mind in each and every one
Yeah.
of them. Yeah. So as soon as we drop in and begin to calm our breath, I don't know about you, but already I feel more connected to myself. Yes, and it's that
Yeah.
connection, of course, brings us into a place of centeredness. And so you're less scattered and able to concentrate. Does that answer you?
Yes, thank you so much. So, do we have any question from audience, Brother Shara?
Oh, I don't think so. But I have a question for you, Patricia.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
Especially, it's easy to meditate while we are in a very calm state of mind. But when we have a strong emotion like anger or
Yeah,
sadness or anxiety,
yeah.
at these kind of moments, what should we do? What kind of
I,
exercise should we do?
yeah, I recommend that we begin with breath. Always
Mm,
begin with breath. So it's an important skill to develop. The one that is important to develop is to be able to recognize when we are not in connection, when
mm,
we are falling off our perch, so to speak. You
mm,
know,
yeah.
and there is a lovely little exercise for that, and that's called RAIN. And I don't know if you know of it, RAIN. So
Rain,
it's
no.
yes, and it's an acronym.
Mm,
Um, yes, and it's RAIN, and it has had many iterations. It's been
mm,
around. It's been around for some time, but it's a mindfulness exercise. So the R stands for recognize, and so that's what we're talking about here. Then would be to recognize the anger, right? I recognize that I'm angry. Anger is here. And it's not about judging it, it's just about identifying it. Oh, hello, anger, as best we can. as best we can. I mean, if you're full on angry, all of this is going to be difficult. But what I'm talking about is developing a skill to help yourself. So R is for recognizing. A is for allowing. Now, I'm not saying, to simply allow what's happened happen, and and get all philosophical. I'm saying just allow it to be there. Allow the anger to be there. We've recognized it. Now we're allowing it. So you're befriending it. You see, it's like we befriend our breath. We're going to befriend anger. So we recognize it, we allow it, and then we do a gentle investigation. Investigation is not analytical.
Mm.
It's not, now I wonder what this anger's all about. Oh, well, if this and this happened and she said and he said, no. We don't want that kind of analysis. What we're looking for instead is a gentle inquiry into the sensations of anger. So how does anger feel inside me? So now I've recognized it, I've allowed it to be, and I've investigated into the sensations. Yeah. Slowly, something happens in there, you see, where we start to say, well, this doesn't feel very good, right? And what we say is, with awareness comes choice. So once we're really aware of all of it, we can choose to stop and drop. We can actually choose to come into this next step, the N, which is the non-identification. And it's actually the result of the R and the A and the I. Yeah, it's the resultant. But we could, if it's really, really horrendous and the anger has got hold, we could begin with N, which is nurturing. Right? So the resultant could be the beginning of it. It's not linear, although we spell it that way. It's not linear.
And then when you recognize or nurture it, and you practice the process of rain, and can we immediately use like metta or loving kindness meditation as an antidote directly applied to the anger?
Yeah, certainly. Yeah. Certainly, that would be a lovely thing to do if you're, corpus mentis. Depends. It depends how much you calmed yourself. If if it's full on, what we say about anger, of course, is that there are gradations. Right? So, you can have everything from a mild annoyance to full-on rage. So anger has its own repertoire, doesn't it?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
So if you can come to metta, my friend, that would be brilliant. And then, of course, we would begin by applying metta to self. And that might even happen if your rain practice is deep enough, right? If it's deep enough, note that this non-identification, this nurturing, you're already doing that, right? You've already made space for yourself. Truly befriending.
Start with befriending with your emotions. Right?
Yeah.
And Patricia, I noticed in myself and others, while we are active in a lot of like movement or activism against injustice, there tends to be a lot of anger and dissatisfaction inside our mind. So how to cope with that? I find these kind of people, they are very compassionate in nature. They want to help the world, they want to benefit others, but there's certain woundedness inside their mind, and yeah,
Mm.
how to heal this kind of
Well, the
situation.
wound,
Yep.
yeah, Sherab, I'm wondering, as you say that, I'm wondering if what's happening is identification. You know, are we actually identifying with the injustice, right? And that identification in itself stirs up all kinds of emotions, right? When did this happen to me? Oh, that's just like me. So now we have me, my, I'm, and then we know what happens there, right? So it's creating space, isn't it? It's about creating space, stepping back, not identifying so much, remembering impermanence, remember nothing is lasting, uh, remember that our anger is, a defilement. Where is it going to take us? What is the karma that's involved? And not telling ourselves that we shouldn't feel it and not judging it, because it is normal to care. And sometimes when we care deeply, whether we're identifying or not, we can, slip into reactivity.
Mm.
So now I'm not present to myself, even. I'm not present to myself. I'm not present to that other person that I cared so much about, or to the cause. So if we hold the intention of peace, if we hold the intention, what our original intention was in becoming an activist,
Mm.
I think that we'll be better off, better able to respond, not react. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you. I think it's very practical advice.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
So much is going on at the moment. Um,
Yes.
and what we see is it is as I began, these are very difficult times. Um, like we've not had before, because on top of the natural disasters, that come and go. Look at what just happened in Japan. The landslide, and I mean, it's one thing after another. In addition to that, we have this huge virus that is affecting, um, global communities. So it's hard to hold on. I know,
Yeah.
and we need these practices. We need to have relationship with breath.
Mm.
We need to feel connected. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a comment from Naga Dopati. I think it is empathy to begin with.
What is empathy to begin with?
I think to start a meditation.
Yes.
Yeah. This comment from Naga Dopati. She said that this is empathy to begin with. I think. Yeah.
Ah. Um. Yes. Do you is the person saying that you almost that empathy is a precursor to
Oh,
meditation? Is that
I'm not sure. If Naga Dopati you are hearing, then can you respond? Yeah.
yes?
Mm.
Yes, that actually we do, and we might not register it as such, but the act of, or the action of, the non-action
Mm.
of meditation
Then she responded, yeah. No,
starts.
I meant we react to causes from empathy.
Oh, I see.
Mm.
Yes, but actually, the antidote of meditation begins with empathy.
Okay.
Where we feel empathetic towards ourselves, because we know that this is good medicine.
Mm-hmm.
But we must take care that our empathy doesn't, grow in a personal way.
Mm.
Because if it starts to grow, naga, in a personal way, then we have the identification and the clinging. And before we know it, then we're off to the races with our judgment about what justice looks like.
Mm. Yeah. So that's very practical advice for activists out there.
Oh, and
Yeah.
it's so hard, isn't it, when we care?
Yes.
Yes, we
Yeah.
care
Yeah.
so much. Yes,
Mm. Mm.
and then we can get burned out from our caring.
True.
So we really have to take care of ourselves and know when we start to slip into the identification mode, because that's the doing, isn't it?
Yes. So most meditation is about being, not doing, right, Patricia?
About being.
Mm-hmm. And
And when I think being, I always think be in your goodness.
mm,
Some people would say be in God, be in good.
mm,
And I just think that being means be in your goodness. Yeah.
thank you, Patricia. I think, do you have any question from Sabisha? Anything else you want to ask?
Uh, yes, just one small question. So when
Yeah.
we meditate in between, you use some number like that 4, 7, and 8. So I was just wondering how that, like, how do you name that numbers for that particular step?
478 or 333.
Yeah, both of them, like,
Yeah. Do you notice these are all taken from old yogic practices,
oh, I didn't
and
know that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. A long time ago and very far away in India, all those,
Your
all those,
motherland, Sabisha. Your motherland. Our
all
motherland, actually.
yes, yes, we were all mothers there once.
Yeah. Yeah.
So does that number have any significance? Like that particular number should be used in that particular step?
I actually I've been doing it for so long I don't know.
Mm.
And it's okay to say I don't know.
Yeah, that's okay.
Auspicious numbers, maybe. Yeah.
Like
Yeah, maybe.
Yogi Bhajan, have you ever heard of him? Yogi
Yes.
Bhajan,
Yes.
Say,
Yogi Bhajan, he used to
mm,
have a great exercise for anger, for example.
mm.
And he used the number 10 to punch. Now, why 10? I don't know, but we just all did it. He said so we all did it. And I won't do it on the air, but let me just walk you through it so that
Okay.
it's a little trick you can use for anger. And I used to teach children this when I taught kids yoga, and it was brilliant. It just brilliant. They loved it so much they would ask for time out from their parents and do it. So you take a deep breath in, you hold your breath, and then you punch. Hold
Punch
your
to
breath
the air,
and punch.
mm.
Yeah, punch. Yeah.
Not to
And
the people in front of you.
yeah, that's right.
Okay. Good, good.
and you punch in the air,
Uh,
and usually about 10 times before your breath, before you want to exhale. But anyway, deep breath in and punch, 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 punch,
mm,
and then exhale. Yeah, for about 10
okay.
times. Oh,
So inhale, and punching while exhale.
yeah, no,
Okay.
no, no
No.
punching while exhale.
Mm,
Inhale and
mm.
hold. So
Hold. Okay.
punching while holding.
Oh, punching while holding. Okay.
Yeah, and it's
Mm,
usually
Yeah.
and it's usually about 10 of those.
mm.
Oh, then anger will be turning into in fun.
There you go. And then you can't help but go,
Release it.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah.
breathe in again and do it.
Mm,
And you do it about 10 times.
mm. 10 punches.
Hmm.
Mm,
Yeah, and
mm.
10 rounds.
10 rounds. Well, okay. Mm.
Sounds very interesting.
That too is from India.
Okay.
Oh wow.
India, the motherland of all spirituality. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Mm,
it.
yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Thank you, Patricia. I think we
You.
are about to end this session,
Yeah,
and thank you very much, Patricia, for your practical and very soothing guidance of meditation. Yeah. I
thank you.
think let us recite the dedication prayer
Yes.
together. Samisha Kamle, would you like to lead us?
Oh, okay.
Sure.
The four great vows. Sentient beings are numberless. We vow to save them all. Delusions are endless. We vow to cut through them all. The teachings are infinite. We vow to learn them all. The Buddha way is inconceivable. We vow to attain it. May all beings be well, happy, and safe. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
Thank you,
you,
you.
everyone,
Patricia.
to
Thank
join
you,
us.
Samisha. Yeah.
Bye bye. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Thank you.